All right. We're starting now. All right, my name is Agberi Joe Michael. I am a Platinum 2000 leader here in this academy. Most of us actually know me, right? Maybe you've actually joined my session, all right? I may be taking a couple of trades with me, all right? So I actually joined this academy about a year and 4 months ago. And when I actually joined the academy, I was actually told of my elder sister, and she just called me and told me, Michael, all right, there's this, academy I just joined about a month ago, and I've actually been making money from it. I know you're actually a very, very smart and enterprising person, and you actually want to take advantage of this. Just like that, there and there, I was actually very excited. And I actually basically got started almost immediately. I think within 2 days, I actually got started. I didn't even ask questions. So the reason why I didn't even get started at that particular day was just I didn't actually have the complete money, right? That's the reason why I didn't actually get started at that particular. But I actually want to start, get started immediately. So when I actually got started, I started with my classes, the basic forex and all. I learned the harmonic strategy, how to trade forex with Fibonacci retracements. What do you call it? Triangles, wedges, cup and handle, Elliot, and all those stuff. So I actually learned how to trade forex. Trading forex was going very well. And I learned cryptocurrency. Taking trades with cryptocurrency was actually cool too, right? Then I actually discovered about HFX November last year, and then I actually realized that this is actually what I actually want to do, right? Because HFX actually as opposed to forex actually you trade just for 2 minutes, right? And basically after an hour you just have your whole day to yourself. You don't actually have to monitor trades and every single thing like that. So I just loved the way everything was. I settled down and actually started trading, making money with the sessions and all, learning cash trap from my Ithea. All right, I learned a couple of strategies actually with HFX. I learned Alex Colazo's strategy. I learned Eva Cabral. I learned Minimuse. And I just learned a lot. But actually, I still actually had to come back to CASHTRAP actually because CASHTRAP was just like everywhere. Everybody else using CASHTRAP, making money and every single thing. And CASHTRAP was actually easier to learn than every time other strategies. And also, CASHTRAP actually had a whole lot more testimonies. All right. So initially, when I just started trading HFS, I started trading with Ivan Cabral's strategy, everything and everything. But then it was like stressful. Then I got accustomed to my stay. I watched a couple of sessions. I learned, and you know, over months of actually me trading cash trap, I've actually got to learn some things, right? Figure out some things on my own, which I basically want to share, right, with everyone on this call. Because now the aim of this academy is like it's for all of us actually go together, right? It's for all of us actually become chairmen and all of us actually become beast traders. All right. And that's basically what actually created this call, right? To actually share what I've actually learned over the course of trading, all right, what actually helped me actually get to the level I actually am right now from trading, all right, with everyone here. So at the end of this call, we can actually practice those same things on our own and actually have a whole lot of success. All right. Okay. So personally trading with $250, I need to compare my account to over 5 figures in dollars, and it's very nice and all very exciting. And the journey was not just like you just go like that, right? You're going to get some stuffs like that and everything like that. But it's very amazing so far, and I'm very grateful, right? Because before I actually joined this academy, right, I was a student, right, depending on my parents, right, and I'm just about a year after joining the academy or so. I was actually a student, not even depending on my parents, actually even sending my younger ones money, actually getting stuff for my parents and every single thing like that, actually getting things for myself, right? And never would I have actually ever thought that within a year, from just pressing my laptop, I'm actually going to have so much, right? All right. And I'm so excited about this call because I'm actually about sharing every single thing with every one of us here. All right. So first things first, when it comes to actually trading cash trap, when it actually comes to trading, you want to actually have the mindset. All right. Now, that mindset is all right. You're not going to get it in one day. You are not going to get it in one day, honestly. Right? If you actually see a skill set that can give you $1 million, that's about 500 million naira. You can't actually learn it in one day. All right. You can't learn it in one day. All right. So now you actually having that in mind now. All right. That basically actually makes it a whole lot easier. right? Because you're not going to be under so much pressure, right? Maybe if one or two things are not actually really going all that perfect, for you at the start, right? Or if you're actually getting confused, what is this line for? What is that line for? How can I mark my charts? How can I do this thing? Every single thing. You not get overwhelmed by the information actually coming in, because I actually know that you're not actually going to get there in one right day. That's one thing. And another thing now is when it comes to everything in life, right? The more you practice, the better you become. Right? If I want to be, let's say I want to be a pilot, or let's say I want to be a barber, and I just went to an academy. I learned how to barb the basics for like 2 weeks or so. Barb, how to line hair, right? The more I actually barb hair, right, the better I become, right? So now the hair I actually barb today, after I just finished leaving the school, and the hair I'm actually to barb same hairstyle I'm going to barb 6 months from now, it's not going to be the same. Why? Because over the course of me now barbing hair, I keep getting more advanced. I keep getting better and better and better. The same thing actually applies to every single thing in this life, right? Even when it comes to trading, the more you trade, the better you become. The more you trade, the better you become. All right. So when you're actually learning something, all right, the first things first, actually understand the basics of it, right? Understand it very, very well, how it works. You understand? The next thing now is to put it into practice time after time. And when you actually putting into practice, keep learning more things, right? And actually putting in more things you actually learn into practice, right? Till you actually get to level where you can actually say, yes, I'm good. And even when you even get to that level, my dad would always tell us, right? Most of us don't really know my Soteya. Maybe most of us actually really very new here. But I actually learned straight cash from my Soteya. My Soteya is like from $500 to over $19 million in 3 years with this same strategy we have our hands on. So that basically means it works. My dad will tell us, guys, I keep learning every single day. Right? I've been training for over 3 years now, but I'm not actually perfect. Right? I keep learning every single day, keep getting better and everything. So I keep saying to myself that, my dad keeps learning every single day, right? Okay. So that basically means that me, I'm a total novice, right? So now you're actually having that in mind when you're trading, right? While you're growing, on your demo, you're getting better and every single thing like that. You're taking your this and that, your ups and downs and everything like that. You'd always be seeking more knowledge, all right? You'll always seeking more knowledge. You actually be watching new things, checking some other recorded sessions from my Ethia, checking this, log into new sessions, checking some other things, learning new things. And basically you doing that now is actually going to be increasing what you already know. It's actually going to make you better and better and better. All right. So what I basically did when I actually started training actually helped me was um I gave myself a routine. Right. So my routine basically was, I had a time where I actually come to trade personally. And when that time actually comes, I'm like, okay, Michael, it's time to trade. Michael, it's time to trade. So I bring out my laptop. I have a book where I actually record my results and everything. I've actually posted it before and everything like that. I take like 4 trades with $1. Maybe I go to two. I record it there to. Why did I lose the trade I lost? Because I write the reason there, right? Maybe one of it was actually because I was spiked out. The other one, like, because I didn't actually check fundamental news. Now I actually know now that I lost a trade because of the fundamental news, right? That's the reason I lost the trade. So what actually happens now? I know the reason why I actually lost the trade. That basically means next time I'm actually trading later, next day, I'm more careful with the fundamental news. Why? Because I lost a trade the previous day because of that news. Now let's say the next day now. No. Now let's say the next. So sorry, you can't actually see me. My should I say my camera is actually not that good actually. So right. So now let's say the next day I lose a trade. Now why did I lose a trade next day? Because I took a trade on the 30 minutes mark, on the half-hour mark. Right? Now I know that's actually the reason why I lost the trade. I'll be more careful about that time. Maybe the third day I can still lose the trade because of that same half-hour mark, right? But I actually want to make sure I actually know why I lose every single trade I lose, right? There was a particular time when I was actually trading, and oh man, oh boy, but I lost trades that day, right? I was like, why is this actually happening? Why is it actually happening? Then I went and I think I joined one educator session. It was like NFP, 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 NFP. I was like, what was NFP? I couldn't just go and Google it. And I saw, oh, NFP. Oh, this, oh, that was why I lost the trade, right? And since then I was like, okay, every first, is it first or last, of the month, right? I'm not going to trade because of that. Right? There's another time again, I also lost a couple of trades because of bank holidays. I didn't even know what bank holidays were. I think that was around January, so I can't remember. Great folders and stuff like that. But then I went to go and check. I saw all those things. I went to go and Google bank holidays. The banks are actually there, so that means volatility is actually there in the market, right? And stuff like that. So I knew it was because of that, right? So actually, when it's actually bank holiday on the pair, I'm not to touch it, right? Other things again, I also learned when I was trading. I didn't actually have a particular amount of trades I used to take. So I'll go like 3-0, and I'm still trading as if the market is owing me money. As if the market is owing me money. What actually happens? It goes from 3-0 to 3-1. It goes from 3-1 to 4-1. Good. It goes from 4-1 to 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, 4-5. And then I'm frustrated. And I leave the market very, very bad and very sad. But I made this. How did I not come and lose everything? Right? Why? Because I was not disciplined. So then, as a result of that, I actually had to give myself a target. Okay, when I take 4 trades, right? When I take 3 trades, actually, I leave the market. Right? So my target every single time I'm actually trading is to go 3-0. And what's the worst that can actually happen? I go 2-1, or I go 1-2. I lose a little bit, right? But the next day or later in the evening, I'm actually coming to actually go 3-0. Right? So that actually made me, not to just stay and get all emotional in my, because sometimes when you're actually trading, your emotions, you can actually be winning trades and everything, but then you just get all emotional because you just lost 1 or 2 trades, and then you just like entering the market anyhow, and before you know, you're ready, and then you're sad and everything, depressed and all, right? But when you actually have that target, okay, I'm not taking more than 4 trades or more than 3 trades, you're disciplined. When you go 2-1 or 1-2, right? You're tempted to take trades. At that particular point, it may not even be a fundamental news. It's actually what we call events that you don't know of self, right? If you check your Bloomberg and everything like that, check normal news and everything like that, all those actually affect the forex market. To be very honest, right? There was this what do you call this nuclear stuff like that with which country like that and all the stuff like that, right? During that period, was it the European or so one nuclear deal like that? The market was like crazy. All right, but a lot of people didn't actually know because it's not actually in the fundamental news, but it was actually a news event. Now, your setup has been going very, very well. Your trades have been going very, very well. You've been growing your account, but then now you now enter the market when those guys just said they're not actually going to sign that deal because of this, that, and that. And then the market is like boom, 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 boom. Anyhow, and then you enter, you go 2-2-0, then you go 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and then you're like angry, and then you keep going to 4, to 5. You understand? Before you know now, you've really lost like 50%. What you've been compounding since then, you're very, very bad and very, very sad. Why? Because you didn't actually have a discipline. Because if you actually had a discipline now, you would have actually left the market as that when you are meant to leave the market. Let's say you came, you went 1-0, 1-1, 1-2. Oh, I've taken 3 trades. Like, oh wow, let me just leave and come back next. You leave. The next day you come back, that news event's already over, right? And then you go and you go your 3-0, you're back at where you were before, right? Then the third day you're going back and up and up and up and on, and then you're cool, right? Discipline. Always have a fixed number of trades you're actually taking on the session, all right? Then the fifth one, rather, which is actually my greatest, should I say my greatest demon? I actually choose to actually call them demons rather, was actually rollover. I really suffer in the hands of rollover, right? Because I was not as disciplined. I don't want to lose a trade. So when I enter the trade, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. I'll roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over. And later, there was particular actually roll over like 20 times. Oh. I roll over trade from, is it $10 or so? The trade went to like $200, right? I had like about 2 hours on that trade, like 12, 2 hours legit. I was like praying to God, right? But then I won the trade. Luckily for me, not, but luckily for me, I won the trade. So at that point, I was like, you see, no matter what actually happens, I'm never running over more than 2 times. I'm never, if I lose the trade, I lose the trade, but I'm never running over more than 2 times. So no matter what, no matter how much you're trading, I'm not going to roll over that trade more than 2 times. Then the last one, all right, was double entries. All right. Sorry, hope you're all taking notes of this, right? Because we actually just want to have this actually on our notepad. So maybe when we are trading or before we even trade itself, we can just read through this stuff, right? So you actually just know what's, prepare your mind already, right? Okay. So the last one is actually double multiple entries, right? I didn't really know that multiple entries was really costing me a lot. Still, at a particular point, I actually calculated something. I actually realized something. Now, when I'm winning trades, I can actually win one trade, two trades, three trades. I've actually made profits. I'm good, right? When I'm losing trade, if I'm losing one trade, I'm not losing one trade. I'm losing like three different entries. If I'm winning one trade, I'm winning just one, right? But if I'm losing trades, I'm losing like three with rollovers. Then I see my loss or my losses actually 3 times or 4,000 more than my wins. So even if I win two trades in a row and I just have one loss that swallowed all my profits and every single thing, why? Because of my multiple entries. That was very, very difficult to actually fight. Very, very difficult for me to actually fight. Because like, oh, they're going to say better support. Oh, they're going to say better resistance. This is going to, if I win this, if I put this one, I put an enter profit, I win two. You're not winning two, you lose both of them. You're going to feel sad with rollovers. All right. Even man to tell yourself by a couple of times, my tail like, oh, I just lost that trade now, and it was just meant to just be one loss, just one loss, right? But I took two entries, right? I'll keep working on not taking multiple entries on one position. That's what my tail say on the session. That show you the reason why it's not actually good for it to actually take multiple entries, because if you're going 2-2, or let's say you win three trades and maybe lose one trade, that's good, right? Three wins, one lost. You're still like in good profit. But then if you actually enter multiple entries, like three entries under your loss with rollovers, it's swallowing everything with your profits. All right. So that's basically it with the whole discipline and everything, when I actually came to trading and things I actually figured out on the way. Right now, if I won't trade itself, I just look at it and just take my trade. If I clear, I clear. All right. If I lose a trade, that's okay. Because I can always come back the next day. I'm not too emotional entering multiple trades and rolling over and everything, all those stuff like that. Just two rollovers and I'm done. No multiple entry. And so that's basically, so just have these things in mind, work towards. I know most of us are here and we get all emotional when it comes to trading. I was still trading with a friend about I think a day ago, and the person actually lost the trade and was almost crying, and I felt so emotional. I was almost crying with the person. Right? How you lose the trade and then you want to cry? Right? You can't actually cry. There are actually more trades to come. Right? Stay calm and actually take the next trade. All right. So that's basically when it comes to trading. So about your routine, right? You want to make sure that you actually have a particular time for your own personal trading, and you want to actually have a time for your personal development. So even if it's 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. or so, you're using to learn something new, just 1 hour to learn something new, and 1 hour to trade on your own. That's very, very good. Because if you devote 1 hour to learning new things from this platform and 1 hour to trading on your own for the next 30 days or 28 days, that's not to be like 28 hours of learning something new. and 28 hours of trading. Now imagine you train for 28 hours. You would have actually advanced. Sorry, you'd have actually learned a whole lot, or you'd have actually gained a whole lot of experience. And also, because you are learning new things every single day for 1 hour, you'd have actually learned a whole lot. Trust me, there's actually a whole lot to learn on this platform. There's a whole lot. If you go on that Brandon Boyd and Josh Lee session, you see a whole lot. Market manipulation, this, that, this, volatility, this, that, news event, every single thing. There are a whole lot. If you're actually devoting 1 hour every single day, before the end of it, you will have learned a whole lot. And then the next month now, you do it again. Wow. Like, you understand, right? So that's basically just 2 hours a day. One for trading on your own, and the other one for, learning something new. Then when you're actually trading on your own, you want to make sure, I always tell people that always use $1 on your demo account and record your wins and losses. Now, you can't actually tell me because I actually went 4 today, you're actually a beast trader. No, trading is actually more than going 4, right? Trading is more than winning a couple of trades. Trading is actually about your discipline on the longer run, right? So what I actually always tell people is like record your wins and your losses every single time you trade. Use $1 on demo, trade for a week, and the next week. If your accuracy in those 2 weeks is actually more than 80%, or let's say 78%, let's say 78, 80%, then you know how to trade. If you're taking 4 trades every single day, take your 4 trades every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the next day again, like that. So next week again, like that. If you can actually do that for 2 weeks and you can actually have like 80% accuracy, then you're good. You can go to your live account and start trading with that same thing, that same discipline. All right. So that's basically it when it comes to trading. You want to make sure you're actually trading every single day for an hour, all right, or two, maybe 2 different sessions. If you want to have 2 different sessions, right? You want to make sure you're actually over trading, all right? And you want to make sure that you're actually sure you know how to trade, right, before you move to your live account so you don't get emotional, all right? My thing will tell you that my whole career of trading, right, I've built over 20 accounts. That's what I'll tell you, right? I'll tell you, I don't actually know how many accounts I've actually built. Because I don't actually know. I've done a whole lot on Forex and HFX, right? Right, but you don't actually have to blow accounts. You don't actually have to go through the lessons that we actually went through before you actually master how to trade, right? Because we have actually gone through it already. So now we're actually telling you now that don't trade on your live account till you actually have traded for 2 weeks and you've actually seen your accuracy like this. All right. So if you do that, when you start trading your live account, you're already good already. You're already accurate, right? And then you're not going to actually take those lessons that and you're not going to blame account actually. All right. Now let me start with sharing my screen and just start with the trading and all. So the markets actually close normally, but there used to actually be this dollar DXY on CASHTRAP here, right? Which is not actually showing right now. So with that, I actually want to actually propose screens so I can actually use that to really explain what do you call it, CASHTRAP very well, because the dollar used to show here before, but I don't know, they've actually removed it. Okay, so there's really no thing here. All right, but I guess most of us here already know how to use CASHTRAP. All right, most of us here already know how to use CASHTRAP. Now, if you don't know how to use CASHTRAP, what you need to do is that there are a couple of videos. There are a couple of videos, right? You just contact your mentor, let them send you the library, all right, of videos that you to watch to learn CASHTRAP. So when they send you on your own, just take your time to watch it to actually understand basically how CASHTRAP works. So when you actually understand how CASHTRAP works, you can actually start trading on your own with demo every single day, recording your wins and losses and every single thing like that. All right. But now, basically, CASHTRAP is a combination of different indicators, right? Right. It consists of the RSI, which is actually located here. stochastic oscillator, which is actually below it, I think. Yeah. Let me see. I have some message in the chat box. Oh, entry point on Cash App issue. Don't worry, we're all going to ask our questions. Don't worry, we're all going to ask our questions. My entire videos are not actually available for Cash App, but then we actually have Random Boyd and Josh Lee. Right? When you said click, and then I click of it. Don't worry, Q&A session is actually going to start very soon, right? Let me just start with the basic education. All right, so Cash App is actually a combination of different indicators, right? We have the stochastic oscillator, we have the RSI. All right, this is actually these two indicators. Then we actually have your Bollinger Bands. This is actually what your Bollinger Bands are. This red band above and this green band below are actually your Bollinger Bands. All right. Then we have other ones like this S here you're seeing. There's actually an indicator too. All right. Then we also have our currency trend meter. All right. So we all know the way it actually works, right? Right. So now when you want to trade Cash Trap, now you need to actually do something, right? What you actually trading in Cash Trap, or the way I actually trade Cash Trap, but the way majority of people actually know, actually trade Cash Trap, if you actually notice, is that they always trade with the currency strength meter. They never trade against the currency strength meter. So why don't they ever trade against the currency strength meter? Now here's actually it. We actually have different types of trends. We actually have uptrends and downtrends. When the market is actually trending upward, it's moving up like this in the upward direction. And when the market is actually trending downwards, it's moving down like this in the downward direction. Now, a market can actually keep trending like this for an hour, 2 hours, a day, 2 days, a week. All right. So now the current strength meter actually indicates the direction of the market. So now if I'm to come to you now to come and start explaining uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, down, it can be actually confusing, right? And also when you want to start trading, say you start looking at the coins at the trend every single time you want to look for an entry, it's going to be stressful. So that's why you have the current strength meter. So just a glance at the current strength meter now, you can actually know the trend of the market. If it's on an uptrend or a downtrend. So now when the upper currency is stronger than the lower currency, right? We actually have what we call an uptrend when the upper is stronger than the lower currency, right? Then when the lower currency is stronger than the upper currency, we actually have what we call a downtrend. But I can't really show you practically here because the what do you call it? The DXY is not actually showing here. They've actually removed it. All right. So now, if I actually look at this now, sorry, you can actually see it's on an uptrend. So basically now, if this was cash trap, and let's say this is actually USJPY, you'll be seeing US will be showing like maybe 65 and JPY will be showing about 20. US will be stronger than JPY, indicating this uptrend. All right, so how to get your charts, to get it big like this, just bring your mouse here and double tap on this place on your mouse. It's going to bring like this. Double tap again, it comes back like this. And so if you're marking up your chart, it actually makes it easier for you, to look around and, then to zoom in, use your fingers on your trackpad, slide down. You don't make it like this. Sliding up and down actually makes it move like this. So in case you want to zoom out or zoom in, then to navigate, move left or right, use your two fingers left or right. All right. And double tap again. So that's that. So now you see the market now is moving upward, right? The current stream that is actually showing you that. Now you don't want to trade against the current stream meter because you don't trade against the direction of the market. It's more easier to just follow what the market. I'm going right, or let's say the wind is moving to the north. All right. You can actually agree with me now. It's more easier for me to be moving with the wind to the north, right? Than for me to be moving against the wind to the south, right? That's just basically how this actually is now. You're actually going to be more accurate when you're actually trading with the trend than when you're trading against the trend. So that's the first thing. Never trade against the currency trend meter. Second thing is that we actually have what we call retracements. If you actually watch the basic forex videos, you're going to know what's actually called trends and retracements. Hmm? So now the market is not moving upward like that forever. They say what goes up always comes down, right? The market always goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down. It's kind of like a wave pattern. Right, let's see. I can make this tick. All right. I'll just use these two things just like this. Let me add one more. Okay. Don't worry, this call is actually recorded, right? Because I know a lot of people actually get confused on this call. A lot actually. A lot of newbies actually rather. If you've not actually learned how to trade cash out, you're actually gonna get confused on this call, trust me. But just try to actually follow as much as you can. Right. Even when you even get lost, still try to still follow so you can still pick up some things. Right. Then after take your time through the recorded session and also learn cash trap while you're actually watching, then you to understand it better. All right. So now the market doesn't just keep moving up forever. Right? You can see the market move up. Oh, let me cancel this first and maybe start with something like this. Where's my um where is this tool? Eclipse tool part. How can I remove this chat? Sorry. All right, let me check that. Give me a second. All right. No, no, no. I want to just try to have a, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let me go here. So now look at this. The market moves in waves. It's going on an uptrend. It won't go like this forever. To go like up, come down a bit, to go up, come down a bit, to go up, to come down a bit, right? And to go up and to come down again. That's actually how the foreign exchange market moves. So why does it go up and down like this? Because bulls and bears are always fighting, right? It's an bullish trend, that's an uptrend. That means the bulls are actually stronger than the bears. That means they'll always be taking the trade or the market. But the bears at some point to see how to put trade down, blah, 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 blah. That's the it. And that's right. So now this is how the market moves. So now you already know now that your currency trend is indicating that this is an uptrend, right? Where's the writing to? Let me write next to what's happening here? Sorry. Uptrend. I let me make it bold. All right. Let me make it red. Okay. This should be good. Uptrend. So right now, this market actually on an uptrend. Done. Awesome. So this market actually on an uptrend, right? That basically means it's moving up. Now your currency trend already tells you that. Hmm? All right. But now, can you see that as this market is going up, it's not just going up like that, it's coming down to retrace. See this small movement to the downside. That's actually what is called a retracement. So a movement against the direction of the trend is called a retracement. Then it moves up again. It moves against the direction of the trend. This is actually called another retracement. It does this again, and it comes against the direction of the trend, and that retracement, it goes up. Now, you always want to actually enter your trades at retracement levels. So now as the market is going up like this now, you know it's on an uptrend. So you're looking for only calls. But at what point are you going to enter the call? Right? You can enter the call at this point and it just starts going down. You're losing your trade. You can enter the call at any point, it's just start going down. But you want to be patient. Once the market goes up, right? This it's now retracing. You want to actually wait for the perfect entry to enter your call. All right, and that perfect entry is going to be at the end of a retracement. So now look at this. So now look at this. Can you all see this now? All right. So now imagine we actually enter the call option on this point. What would have actually happened? Would have cleared our trade, right? That is just basically how a lot of us actually use cash out to trade. You know, the educators, my Thea and all, Taylor Marx, and that's actually how we use it. Right? So now you see the market is going up again. Sorry. Where do you want to enter the trade again? At the next retracement, right? Which actually here. At the end of the retracement, rather. So now you can see this point. If you enter the trade at this point, you're seeing here, you'd have lost the trade, right? Because the market is still coming down, it's still retracing. If you actually enter the trade at this point, you'd have still lost the trade because the market is actually still coming down, it's still retracing, right? But now look at this is the end of the retracement now. It's actually the point where you are meant to enter the trade. But now, how can you actually indicate this point, this line actually enter your call options? That is where your Bollinger Bands, your RSI, your touch, and your support or resistance line actually come in place. All right, I'm going to explain a bit. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just follow me. All right. So now you actually know that the market is going up and going down, and you want to enter on retracements. Good. So now, let me delete now. What's wrong with you? It's not delete. Oh wow, I deleted everything mistakenly. Sorry, give me a second. Let me do it again. Uh, how did I delete everything? Oh wow. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just be following, yeah. Even if you get confused at some point, be following. Right? My laptop is slow now. I don't know why. Right. So now the market is actually on an uptrend. Going up, going down, going up, going down. Right? If you enter this trade at this point, you would have what's happening now? Sorry. Sorry, give me a second. This is actually very slow right now. My laptop is crashed out. Sorry. Okay. If you actually enter this trade at this point when the market was coming down here, look at the market kept coming down. So you'd have lost the trade. If you entered after then here, kept coming down, you'd have still lost the trade. But if you actually entered here, which is actually lower, the perfect entry, sniper or what we call sniper entry. From that point at which you just enter the call, the market just started going up. Right. From this point, that way, actually see when you actually enter some session and they're like, okay, USD call 352. Otherwise, once you just enter it, once you get to that, you just enter it, just the market just going up. Why is it going up? Because the retracement just ended and it's continuing on this trend. All right. So that's it. So now let me go to real life examples and I'll show you. Then we'll come back here. Let's see if we can still reserve this stuff here. Um Where is that stuff? Oh, sorry. Leaders, hope you all actually have a team on this call. Hope we all have a team on this call. Sorry, I'm trying to. Uh, what's wrong with CASHTRAP now? Uh, sorry, I think I'm actually manipulating CASHTRAP here. Where's that stuff again? It's buggy somehow. Okay, yeah, here it is. There you go. Sorry, give me a second, please. Okay, no, I'll just refresh it. I actually fucked it up so much. I'm so very weird right now. All right, just refresh it. But hope you all understood the explanation on the retracement. I'm going to explain it better now with real life examples. You're going to see it. Use the undo button. Oh, undo button. Side indicators. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. You see. Thank you very much for that. You see. I appreciate. Where's the undo button? The side indicators. Oh, this should be it. Oh, okay. Side indicators. Oh, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Well, that's very awesome. What is actually the indicators? That is weird. Just give me a second, please. Now let me master explain it now. So we actually handicapped here. So the only thing you can actually lay our hands here on is the DXY. That's the dollar index. I'm going to mark up my DXY now. I'm going to show you trends and retracements. You cannot agree with me now that this is actually on an uptrend, right? If this is actually on an uptrend now, can I actually see some up on the chart in the chat box? If this is actually an uptrend, can I actually see some up in the chat box? If you agree with me, that's actually on. Oh yeah. Is it just Vivian? Vivian, Zara, Stella, Ali Magaji. All right. Actually, I have a lot of people. Actually, Elijah Peter. Oh, Frank. All right, guys. All right. So now you all agree that this is an uptrend, right? Okay, now let me show you what the retracements actually are. Now look, just look closely. All right, it's actually about to get a little bit more technical. This is just the only technical part. So if you can get this part, don't worry, the rest you're gonna get them. Now, see, it's actually an uptrend. Can you see it actually came up? Now, can you see the market came down to retrace? Let me use this tool so I won't get people confused on this call. Impact to our income. Can you see the retracement here? Can you see it? Just look at this slider. Look at this. See the retracement. Can you see the continuation again up? Right? Can you see the retracement again down here? Can you see the continuation again up? Right? Can you see the retracement again down? Can you see? Can you see the retracement again to that same point? And can you see the continuation? Now, let me mark those zones I was telling you you're meant to enter the trade from. So you're going to see what I'm actually talking about. Here is my perfect training. Here is my perfect training. Now look at 1, 2. Let me make it red and tick. Red and tick. Now, oh shit, this is not actually showing so clearly like I want it to be. It's still looking okay, it's thicker. And this should be thicker, I guess. All right, all right. So now look at it. All right, let's start with this. So now look at this is the uptrend, right? Oh, this is actually another one again. Let me mark. Let me just let me mark this third one so you can also see it. So I'll start from this one. All right, good. So can you see this uptrend? It went up, right? Then it kept retracing, retracing until it came to this zone. Then it went up again. Then it kept retracing, kept retracing, kept retracing till it came to this zone, this particular zone again. Then it went up again. It kept retracing till it came to this zone. Just the way I drew it. But now you're actually seeing candlesticks actually a little bit more complicated. All right. So can you see now is actually what the market does? Do you just see what I just explained now? I showed the market to go up, then it's retrace, it will retrace till it gets a particular zone, then to continue, retrace again to get a particular zone, then it continues, right? Can you see the zones, right? Now, you can actually agree with me that as the market actually retracing, if you took the trade at, let's use this thing for example. If you took trade now, this trade now at around this point, you would have lost this trade. Let me make this one blue or green. If you took this trade now around this point, you'd have lost this trade. Why? Let's say you took it around here because it was still retracing. It was not still done with retracement. But if you took it here, you'd have won this trade. Now, how are you going to know when the market is almost done retracing or when the market is be done retracing? That's actually where your RSI touch support and resistance and Bollinger Bands come in place. Now, let me now go and explain what support and resistance actually is. No, let me start with Bollinger Bands and RSI. All right. So now the RSI is actually momentum based indicator. All right. So now it's actually complex algorithm, everything, stuffs like that. It actually measures candlesticks and everything like that. So just give you a particular thing, everything based on the way the market has moving over time, right? So they actually came up with the indicators. So now the market don't keep going up forever, right? At some point, it's going to come down. Even it's actually on an uptrend. So now we actually have what we call overbought and oversold. And most is only overbought, right? Anytime the market keeps going up, this will keep going up, right? But the moment it crosses this red line is known as being overbought, right? It has to come down back, right? It has to come down back. So that's actually why you see this zigzag line. When it came above here, what actually happened? It came down back. It came up again above here. What happened? It came down back. Came up against here. What happened? It came down back. You can see it, right? That basically means technically, anytime this actually goes above this line, it's still going to come down back. Now let's go to the next one. Now oversold. The opposite of overbought is oversold. Anytime the market actually goes below this line, it's going to go back up. It sells, goes below this line, it goes back up. Sells, goes below, it goes back up. So now, since we're actually in the uptrend, we actually know that if the market actually comes below this line, right, is likely to go back up. Good. That's for the touch. Now the RSI here, right? Same thing. Same thing, right? Just that this one actually crosses more. One of them actually crosses more often, I think so. Right? So now, look at this. Look at this. You see, the market was going up here. Then at some point, it started retracing. Hmm? Now look at this line, this point where it stopped and continued going up. I'm going to draw a vertical line here so we can all see it. Where is that point? It should be it. I'm going to make that color yellow. Yellow. Now let's go to the RSI and touch. Can you see that at this point it oversold and oversold here? Can you see it? So that basically means now that's indicating. Now imagine now the market is moving against the trend, is tracing, and then your RSI is actually oversold, and your touch actually oversold. What's it telling you? That the market is about reversing, right, and continuing on its trend, right? That's actually two indications for your cash trap. Do we all get that? I guess we all did. So that's actually why the RSI and the touch are very, very important. I see it, right? Now let's try another one. Now look at here. Look at the markets kept going up, then it started coming down. Then look at this point. At this point where it touched here and continue and reverse and started going up on its normal trend. Just look at this line. I'll draw my yellow ding 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 line. And now let's take it down and see what actually happened on the RSI. Whoa! Do you guys see that? Did you guys just see that? Are you actually see? If you actually see what I'm actually, if you actually see, if you actually you're actually following right now, like what I'm actually doing right now, can I see some money in the chat box? Because it's actually gonna get you a whole lot of money. Trust me. Can I see some money in the chat box? Actually following what I'm actually doing right now. Money, 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 money. Let's see. Cash trap symbol. Wow. Frank. All right. I'm so happy that everybody actually following up. I'm so happy. All right, hey, go. Let's go. Either that's 0. Wow. All right, so you see it now, right? So this is your things, right? Now, Shane, you need to ask a question at the end of the session. The trend, the retracement, RSI has touched indicating when the retracement is actually about to end. But these indications are not good enough. Really, trust me. Because at some point, let me show you this point now. Can you see this? That this kept going like this, right? Do you know why? Because the market kept going up. So when your RSI and touch can still feel it, the market can just keep going up, even though it haven't crossed. Sorry, down rather. Let me look for it down this thing. Sorry, CASHTRAP, please don't feel me now, please. All right. Let's look for here. Trying to look for a very good example. I'm not really seeing a very good example. Okay, here, look at this. Just look at this market. See how the market kept going down. Now, can you see RSI kept crossing down, right? Can you see it? Can you see it here? That shows that this is not actually 100% too. That's what you that basically means now it can cross down though, but it may not actually be the end of the retracement. But most likely it's usually the end, right? But it can still move down a little bit. But you know, when it comes to HFS, we want to actually get that inch, that particular point. We don't want the area, we want that point, right? Because we don't want to, lose trade because of 2 points, right? We want to get that last point. And the RSI just shows that this market actually oversold though, is about continuing its trend. But at what point is it going to continue? It doesn't tell you. So how do you get that point? Your support and resistance. That's where marking up your chart is very important. Okay, wait. This is okay, wait again now. That's where your support and resistance is very important. So now let's say, for example, I'm a trader. I'm in a team trading session. Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's actually all right. And now, do you actually notice something when it comes to these lines I drew? Right, this red horizontal lines I actually drew. You notice that they were actually on areas of support and resistance. Do you notice? Did you notice that this is actually on this line? It's actually an area of structure. Did you notice that's actually an area of structure? Did you notice? No, sorry. If you notice it now, you're going to know that The moment it touched these lines was the moment the market continued on its trend. And someone said, the moment it touched this line, the moment it continued on its trend. So that means you're actually seeing an uptrend. It's retracing. Your RSI is crossed. Touch is actually crossed. What are you gonna do? You're gonna mark up this your red line, and you just sit there, you'll be waiting. I mean, waiting for it to touch it. The moment it just touches it, your call. I go clear the tree. Trust me. You go clear 9 out of 10 trees like that. Provided you don't actually have red folders on your, you know, fundamental stuffs and all, right? And provided there's actually not NFPD and there's no bank holiday, and you're not over trading too. So now you see it now, right? This is actually why marking up charts is actually very important, because your support resistance will show you that point at which it's going to actually reverse. Now, what's actually support and resistance? I guess most of us don't know, right? Let me just explain it. The markets, right, is actually basically bulls and bears fighting. Bulls and bears fighting. Right. So if it's actually like it's actually like behaviors, right? There's actually the way, a lot of people actually moving this market. So they all have a way of trading. All right, pending orders, that. So if it's actually on an uptrend, the bulls are actually in control, right? They actually know, yeah, we are buying this market. But the moment they now start seeing the bears coming in, you know, the bears actually come, they just let them, yeah, do your thing, right? Right? They keep doing their thing. And when it gets close to the area of structure, like they keep their orders, large structure. And just get there, it activates it and continues on the upside, right? Down. You just understand the story. Let me just understand actually how the market actually works. Support and resistance. All right. Support and resistance. All right. So now, all you just need to know to cash, just understand the basic. One, understand why your RSI and touch actually get through. And three, know how to mark up the chart. That's just it. It's not hard, right? It's not hard. With time, it's not going to be hard. Every All right. All right. So now you can actually see it, right? So anytime I come in the team session or anytime anybody actually comes to trade, they look at their current share meter. Let's check the current share meter. Is he? Oh yeah, US is actually stronger than JPY. All right, we're looking for up arrows. All right. That that's the retracement on USJPY. Let's see the first that's the USJPY. Okay, what's actually happening? US actually stronger than JPY, right? What happened? Sorry. Yeah, just give me a second, please. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Or I'm so sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just can I still share my screen? I can still share my screen. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Let's see. Let's see. Amy Winehouse. All right. Ah, shit. All those markings have actually gone. Okay. All right. All right. Let me share my screen back. And all right. All right. All right. I hope everyone can actually see my screen right now. So So now I'll just mark it up. I can't do all the whole markings again. So most of here have here and sorry, make it red, make it thick, very, very thick. Help me. All right. Now look at I'm like, let's I'm actually sorry, I just come like, oh, okay, let's check the current stream meter. US is actually stronger than JPY. So I'm looking for a call US JPY call at that I'm actually since I've seen current stream meter. Yes, is actually stronger, right? It's actually on an uptrend. So the I was putting retracement, right? I've checked my RSI and touch, they have crossed. I'm trying to mark up my charts, and I've seen it's actually a nice area of structure. So let's say the market actually stay around here at that point. All right. So now I've marked up this my zone and just look at call out. I'll not check it. 147. When USD price comes to 147, take it for a 2 minutes call and all and all. And it comes here like this. And guess what? Boom. Cleared, 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 cleared. All right, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get, the whole song and everything. So you see, right? Currency strength meter, spot your retracement, check your RSI and touch, they have crossed, mark your chart, and boom, clear the trade. That is it. That is actually how it is. So now the Bollinger Bands, these are very, very sweet, stuffs. All right. So what they actually do, they actually rubber bands. You can't leave a Bollinger Band, though. That means you won't leave and go now. You have to, if you touch the Bollinger, you have to come down back. You have to just come. You can't pass the Bollinger Bands. It's not possible. It has not happened before. That's why when you see something like let's say this, right? You see, he touched E, it came down back. He touched E, it will still come down back. He touched it here, it came down. He touched it again. What actually happened? It came down, right? Just keep checking. He touched the Bollinger Bands here, it came back up. He touched it here, it came back. You know if he passed the Bollinger Bands, you understand? You understand, right? All right, no matter how rugged it is, can't actually pass the Bollinger. So that's actually how the Bollinger Band actually works. So now let's say, for example, you've spotted your trend, uptrend. You've spotted retracements, right? You've seen your RSI has touched, they have cross. You've marked up a chart, you're not seeing the Bollinger Band now. It's now like, it's not actually on the Bollinger Band again. You understand, right? That means this trader, no matter how your village people want, you're going to clear it. That is it. That's actually where the confirmation actually come from. Your first confirmation is your currency trend meter. Second RSI touch, touch, fourth support and resistance, fifth Bollinger Bands, you know, right? That's it. The 5 confirmations. There are actually 7 confirmations. We still have the upper rows, but upper rows is on its own for me. Then we also have the S. I don't really use that one too. So actually the remaining 2 confirmations make it 7 points, right? But my thing is that 3 points, 4 points are good trades, right? If you can get the RSI touch in your favor, get the support and resistance, and your what do you call it, current stream meter, you're good to go. All right. Then I get a lot of questions about entries. How do I actually know when to enter the market? Some people actually don't can you come again with confirmation? Okay, sorry, give me a second. Yeah. The first confirmation is your currency strength meter. All right, so you actually have the currency strength meter. That's the first. Second, currency strength meter is actually very important. Don't really get currency strength meter. Second is RSI and touch. Sorry, second is your RSI. Third is a stochastic oscillator. Fourth is your support or resistance. Fifth is your Bollinger Bands. Right. Then we also have the sixth, which is actually arrows. But I don't use arrows. The upper then the seventh is actually the S and the B stuff, right? But I don't actually use that either. So right. So just 5. And my thing is that 3 points is a good trade. 4 points is a decent trade. 5 points is a perfect trade. Right? So you see it. There you go. Have to cash trap. All right. So practice it over and over and over. Have you actually have your routine, right? Do it. Don't tell you try to know why you lost the trade. Practice, 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 practice. Not over trade, and don't spend all your day trading, right? And just that before you know, you already mastered it. All right. And when you master your discipline, don't forget your discipline. Don't take more than a fixed number of trades. All right. Don't take more than a fixed number of trades. All right. Every single person that keep compound and everything like that, they are all disciplined when it comes to rolling over. Take the amount of trades they actually take in a session, and also, right? What's the last one? Multiple entries, right? So you don't actually have discipline on all this. Now what happens is that you keep going up, right? You're happy, you're having a very, very good day. You went 5-0, this week was good. The next week on just one session, you lose half of it. That's not actually before that. Coach, I blew my account. When you blew the account today. Now I wonder, your actual risk within 2 to 3%, right? And you are trading with team trading sessions, right? Now, if you're risking 3%, for it to blow your account, you need to lose about 30 trades. Without about 30 trades. So now agents actually tell me now in team trading session now, I lost the 33 trades. Or agent tell me now in team trading session, Coach Israel, Alex, took 30 trades. Agent tell me now in team trading session that day, unadequate to 30 trades and lost everything. So how did you blow your account? How many times did you roll over? How many entries did you actually take that day? Or it's like, okay, I was trading on my own. This is someone actually told me, coach, I took 43 today. I won 36 and lost 4. No, it's not. I won 30 and I lost 10. I was like, okay, that's cool. Right? On your live account, why do you take 40 trades? If you're not if you're practicing, it's good to take, but when you're actually trading live, right? Don't you don't want you don't actually want trading to actually look like stress. You want it to actually be something like, okay, it's just fun, just come in, do your stuff, and you're done. Right? So you don't actually want it to be stressful at all. You want it to be fun. You come, put your headset, your music, be very, very relaxed, good ventilation, sit down, cross your leg. Just take your time, look for what you want. Take 2, 3, 4, take it, leave, come back the next day. Just doing like that, you're enjoying what you're doing. Before you know, your account already hit 100%. Next month, third month, and all through, you're not even tense. You lose a trade, like, okay, I lost this trade. Okay, now let me take the next one. You lose the next one. All right, now tomorrow we'll continue. You understand? You don't be person of like you lose one trade, start crying. No, you can't, right? This is actually a skill set. I want to give you $1,000,000, right? You want treat as such. You want to like treat as such. All right. So now last question I actually have is Coach, how do I get my entries? 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 Right, yes, I wish you have to actually get entries. Now, coach, accent is 10 points difference. Accent is calm. Accent is this point difference. It's not the same my training. It's not doing calm down. All right, calm down. All right. So now I mark up this zone, Abby, and I know now that if there's a 10-point difference between cash trap and my broker, that 10 point difference needs to be forever, right? Till something actually change. Can change to 9.8 point, but it's going to be like forever. Like it's not like within the next 5-10 minutes, it's going to be like that, right? And I also know that this candlesticks actually move in sync with my broker and also move in sync with trading view, except from the spikes. So now that basically means if I'm entering this trade at this point on my broker, I can actually be higher. But as far as I actually click on my call, the moment this thing touched this my red line on this point, I looked at here, and once it touched it, I just click on call. That basically means this is my entry on my broker. That is it. Now let me explain to you now with trading view. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Let's see who's going in the market. Let's see. Let's motivate the market. Let's motivate the market. Pick me up. All right. So I'm trying to do my trading. Actually, trading is a bolder. Bolder. All right. So on this training now, the only thing we're not actually able to see was just the currency trend meter. But every other thing I was actually able to actually explain it properly well and everything like that. So now let's say let me use BTC because BTC is still moving. Where's my network slow? Hope I'm not breaking though. This one my network actually slow. Like hope I'm not breaking. All right. There are times when new support and resistance are not formed yet while analyzing cash trap on cash trap while other indicators are quite yet pointing. All right, I'm going to get to the Q&A session in like 3 minutes. Let me just explain this entry so everybody actually gets it. Let me use BTC because the market is still open. Now, why is my laptop trying to get on my nerves right now? BTC this. I'm all about money. Okay, I'm not checking my cash trap. Sorry, I'm not. I'm just trying to just explain the entries. All right. So now business is moving like this. All right. Let's say I mark up this zone for a put. It's a downtrend, strong downtrend. Hmm? I mark up this zone for a put. Hmm? BT is currently at 45,207.99. On my broker, I'm showing 45,307. That's my business, right? This is actually my entry point, right? I hold my broker like this, my IQ cent. I'm holding like this, getting ready. The moment this candle stick like this, and the moment it just touches yellow line, also saw I've clicked on my puts. I have clicked on my puts. That's my entry point. So I'm not checking price. That's my business. That one doesn't concern me. broker price. It doesn't concern me. I'm just looking at my zone because they all move together. It's the same trading view that IX is actually using, just that the liquidity provider actually has its own price. I don't know why it actually fucked it up like that, but then for some reasons they're actually different. So you see now it's closed. I'm looking. The moment this thing just touches this yellow line, puts enter now. You understand? Click on your puts and you're good to go. That's actually how to get entries. Hope everyone actually got that. Yeah, everyone actually got that. Now let's go to the Q&A sessions. Ask your question. Let's do the Q&A session for the next 5 minutes, and we call it a day. All right. So I'll start from Royal. You just ask your question in the chat box. Let me see. In the next 5 minutes, let's do this. All right. So the first question, I've seen there are times when the new supports or resistance are not formed yet when analyzing on cash power indicators are quite ready and pointing positive. Can those kind of trades be called great trades or can they be taken? Now, support and resistance are always formed, right? They are always being formed, right? They are always formed. If you know how to mark up a support and resistance now, you can actually see that it's actually an area of structure, right? This is actually an area of structure, right? Right. We actually have this. So see, they're always formed. So all you just need to just to get more familiar and actually not actually mark up your charts, right? Not to mark up those zones. All right. So if you know how to mark up those zones, you're always going to see support and resistance. They are always formed. All right. You see it here. Now, how do you actually know support and resistance? Any place the market touches and rejects is an area. It touches here, it rejects. It touches here, it rejects. Touches here, rejects. Touches here, rejects. Touches, rejects. What is support? The down one is support, the up one is resistance. Right? The support is the floor. So you're matching the floor. You can't go below the floor. Right? That's your support. So you're just in this part actually matching this floor. You cannot go below, they're matching it. Right? The resistance is the ceiling. If you jump up, you hit the ceiling, you fall down back, nigga. You ain't going nowhere. You jump up again, knock the ceiling, you fall down back. You jump up again, knock the ceiling, you fall down back. So the ceiling is actually the up one where your head can actually hit to is resistance. And the floor where your leg is matching like this, okay, is the support. Just knowing how to play around this, marking up the good zones and all, right? Is there? All right, so let's go to Q&A. So it's always formed there. So the next question should be what is the error? Who gets no you're not. How do you mark up a chart? How I mark up my chart? Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to send a guide, right, on the group chats. I don't know. It consists of a couple of videos I feel can actually be helpful. About 8 videos or so, right? One of it is actually how to mark up the charts. Then after that one, I still have another video again on dynamic support and resistance, and I also have a third one again on you know, they are all from Brandon Boy's session and just right. So I mark up my charts just the way they actually do theirs. All right. So everybody actually mark up theirs differently. But if you go through that stuff, you learn cash trap because the first is actually about cash trap. Then there's a video on trading view. Then there is the one on marking up your charts and all. If you watch it practices, you're going to now to mark up your charts like that. Is this call recorded? Oh, this call is recorded, right? Yeah, Charity, the call is actually recorded. Can you use CashTrap and Simple Scalper strategy for crypto trades? Yes, you can use CashTrap for crypto trade, but you don't actually have currency stream meter. That's one thing you should know, right? So the thing you can actually do is that you can actually use Bollinger Bands, RSI, and manually look at your trends, right? But the flexibility and ease that actually comes with what they call it, currency stream meter is not actually there. And then everything is not just it's going to be a little bit more difficult and technical for other persons. Entry point again. Tracy, Tracy, are you still there? If you still want me to actually explain the entry point again, just rewrite your question again right below. Because I think I actually explained it after this, so I guess you should have actually gotten it. But if you need to get it, just type it again after it. Ajibola Kemi, Chairman Kemi, how do I mark up? I'll send you that video personally, yeah? I'll send it to you personally. So you watch it again and practice it. Please, can you take us how you mark up the chat? Please repeat the last part on profit entrepreneur. Oh, wow. When you decide to take a trade at the break of a candle, um, I didn't actually get your question. Organetega Agadagba. I didn't actually get a question. How many trades can one take in a day? They have stuff when you actually I might take three trades. That's my own. And my target is I trade in the morning. I have two sessions, morning, evening, right? So I just take three trades per session. My target is to go 3-0. If I go 3, I'm very, very good. Now I reach 3% per trade. That basically means if I win one trade, I win 2.5%. If I win three trades, that's about 7.5% in the morning. If I win three in the evening, that's about 7.5, that's about 15%. That's on a good day now, I can actually be making about 10%, 8%, 9%, 12%. And some days I may actually go 2%. Right? But the fact that I'm taking my complete trades and I'm actually very accurate, right? At the end of the week, 20, 25, 30% is usually there, 18% sometimes, right? Even sometimes maybe if the market is very bad, maybe 10%, but I always appreciate my winnings at the end of the week. And I'm always very happy, right? Because I'm actually moving. Now, like you saying, gives you less time than requested sometimes. Right? And how do you turn your fixed time on? If your fixed time is actually on, you always get the exact time you actually requested for. You can actually revert to the IQ Cent Mastery video. I think that was like the 10th thing I talked about on that video. I can't remember. If you take your time, you watch it again, you see when I actually talked about fixed time on and off. Because I didn't get everything, not because it's recorded there. So, yeah, all right, this training is great. Thanks for the good work. Can you keep recording? Yeah. Entry point again. Stochastic and RSI, yeah, it is, but the those things, the indicators actually have values, right? They have settings actually, lens and other stuff like that. So the one on trading view, you need to actually set it right, the lens, stuff like that. So you don't actually know the parameters of cash trap, you can't actually use, and you can't actually know the parameters of cash trap because it's not actually in the open. Except you can actually go to UK to come in my fee and please, can you give me that ball? So you can actually get it. I'll explain the entry point again. That's the last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please. Jesus Christ, how many questions? What? What? Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. So that's going to be all for today. This time on and off. Just gonna watch IXM match. You're going to understand it. All right. You're going to understand it. So about the entries again, let me just take that one last time and we're gonna call it a day. All right. So look at it. I've marked up my trade. I won't take this trade at this yellow line. Now just look at now. You got to the yellow line. What actually happened? I would have taken my trade and see, boom, in profit. See, boom, right? So all I'm just doing is just waiting for the candle to touch my entry price, and I click on my puts. So I'm not looking at. I'm just getting ready for this thing to just touch here, and I click on it on my X, and that's all. That's actually it about the entry point. So that's actually it, guys. What do you call it? Every single thing we have all learned today, right? The recording is going to post this night or tomorrow. So just the recording, take your time to go over it, rewatch it and everything like that. Take your time through it and make sure you actually learn, practice, and then also share this opportunity with your friends, all right? Because if nobody actually told me about this academy, I wouldn't have actually got to the level I actually am right now. Probably I just graduated defended like I think about last week or so. Probably I would have actually sending some applications to some companies that would pay me 100K or 70,000 and all. I would have been praying for to sell for less and all right. But I'm not actually in that. I can't actually relate, or let's say I can't actually I'm not actually going to be doing that right now because someone actually shared this opportunity with me. So you want to make sure that you let your friends on board. All right. And when it even comes to trading itself, right? Sometimes, right, when we actually join something, we may not actually learn it that quickly. It may be taking our times, right? Our time rather, but your friend you actually plug in now can even learn it faster than you, right? And your friend can even go 5 figures before you, right? It's actually more joy for you because the friend can actually teach you his own way of trading, right? And then you're able to like have more confidence and more motivation when you actually see your friend actually having that success. So just to make sure you're sharing this opportunity with your friends, you're changing lives, guys. Right, you're getting people here, you're meant, stuff like that. It's very, very important. So just trust me. So for the call tomorrow by 6:30 p.m., just get friends on it. Let's share this opportunity with everybody and this skill set too with everybody. All right, see you guys on Monday by 6 a.m. at team trading session. It's out.
Wow, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for this beautiful session, Coach Michael. Family, let's drop some. Thank you, Coach Michael. Thank you, Big P5000. Drop it on
You're very much
all the group chats
welcome.
that you are on. Drop it on all your
You're
group
very, very
chats.
much welcome. It's Stanley, Blessing
Drop
Chisholm,
some thank
Elizabeth.
you, Coach
Um,
Michael. Some thank you, Big P5000 on
Sarah,
all
Chairman
the group
Sarah,
chats that
you're very
you're
much
on.
welcome.
All right, drop them on all the group chats, and we'll see you guys to